The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. Developing right now, a Commanders team executive under fire. A secretly recorded video released on social media shows him making disparaging comments about players, fans, and NFL leadership.
Yeah, it also shows him calling players dumb and homophobic. Our Mariel Carbone live tonight from Northwest Stadium.
And Mariel, you spoke with fans, so what are they telling you?
Well, Susan, they are telling me that this is quite frankly disappointing. We are coming into the new Commanders era, the new season about to start, and they tell me that this drama, quite frankly, is more associated with the old era. These comments, they say, are insulting. As the Commanders gear up for a new season, the fans are too.
This is for when it gets a little cool out.
Jim Bolding is a longtime Washington diehard.
Oh, huge fan.
What he's looking for this season?
Out with the negative, in with the positive.
But already that seems to be a challenge.
The fans, I would say, are high school educated alcoholics.
Wednesday, O'Keefe Media Group, a citizen journalism group, dropped this video, which shows Commanders VP of Content, Rylan T, making disparaging comments about team players and fans. It was all caught on a hidden camera by an OMG employee who was on a date with N-Team.
I love your description of the NFL fans, too.
It was insulting. It was demeaning.
Commander superfan Tailgate Ted Abella says the comments are upsetting.
There are fans that are doing good. I mean, I raised with my group of other Commanders fans in the parking lot last year, nearly $10,000 for breast cancer.
In a statement, the team said the language used in the video runs counter to our values at the Commanders organization. We have suspended the employee pending an internal investigation.
We had 24 years of scandal with the past Snyder regime, and I thought that that was behind us. And I cannot wait to see what they officially do once the finding of that investigation comes out.
And so N-Team also made comments about the players on the Commanders team, NFL leadership, and even just about the stadium itself. We've got more on those details on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Chris and Susan, I did reach out to N-Team by phone and by email, but did not hear back. Reporting live from the stadium tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Maro, thank you. Well, the Commanders have faced several controversies over the past few years. In 2023, former owner Dan Snyder was fined $60 million. An independent investigation found he sexually harassed a team employee and that the team also withheld revenue from the NFL. And the year before that, a congressional report found the Commanders created a toxic work culture for more than 2 decades by ignoring and downplaying sexual misconduct.
We're following breaking news. Georgia officials are now giving us an update on that deadly school shooting there at Appalachia High School.
Yeah, authorities say a 14-year-old student opened fire, killing 2 teachers and 2 students. Let's listen in.
Really, this whole community that's been affected by today's actions, and I just cannot thank the first responders enough. I cannot thank Director Hosey, Colonel Hitchens, Director Stallings at GEMA, the whole state response. I want to thank Special Agent Farley and her team from the FBI that are embedded with us in the school as we speak, running down every single lead and other things that Director Hosey will mention tonight. I represented Bexar County when I was in the state Senate 20 years ago. These are our neighbors, these are our friends, and this community is hurting today. And I would just continue to keep these families, these educators, and these students in your thoughts and prayers. And we will provide every state resource that is needed from here until they're not to support this community and support this team behind me. And with that, I'll turn it over to Director Hosey.
Thank you, Governor. Real quick, we wanted to provide some additional updates from today's events, and I will mention too that this will be our last update for the evening, so I please hope you'll understand that. Let me start by saying that there's no evidence to report that any additional shooter was involved in this incident today. Investigators are actively pursuing, however, any leads of any potential associates of the shooter that was involved in this incident. So I say that to say we're following up any potential leads through the investigation to ensure if there are any associates involved in this that we find them, we identify them. So that's part of, again, the ongoing investigation. There is no evidence of a list of schools being targeted. However, there is a lot of evidence that is being recovered and evaluated. We're going through everything to determine if there is any active threats to any schools in this area, this county, and the state of Georgia. And we will continue to monitor that throughout this investigation, throughout the evening as we carry on. There was a call, as we're aware of, to a local high school as well this morning with a reported threat. Police responded and investigated and determined that there was no threat after all. There's been reports that a Colton Gray, who is another student here at the school, was involved, or Colton Gray was involved in this. If you recall from a previous press conference earlier this afternoon, the individual that we have arrested and will be charged with this, his name is Colt Gray. But there is another student here at the school with a very similar name. We want to ensure everyone that Colton Gray is not involved in this incident. That is the name that I provided you earlier this afternoon. So those reports were inaccurate.
All right, you're watching live coverage here in DC News Now. This is the school shooting down in Georgia outside of Atlanta where 2 students and 2 teachers were killed. The sheriff's there saying no evidence that an additional shooter was involved. They did arrest a 14-year-old student for that shooting today. They are following potential leads. That they said no other high schools were targeted. But again, the sheriff gives an update there, and also the governor, Brian Kemp of Georgia, is saying, they're keeping the families' thoughts and prayers, and they'll provide as many resources as needed. Again, that 14-year-old student is in custody. He's now being charged as an adult with murder.
New tonight, we have some new pictures of the suspect wanted in connection with the death of a D.C. officer, Wayne David. Take a look at your screen right here. These are the new images. Police are looking for Tyrell Bailey. The 27-year-old is accused of tossing a gun into a storm drain, and investigator David, when he went to retrieve it, he accidentally shot and killed himself. This was just last Wednesday. Now, Bailey jumped onto a random motorcycle and then took off right there on DC 295. Investigators have now upped the reward to $60,000. These are images of him of that day a week ago. The 25-year veteran of the force, investigator David, was a trained officer in gun retrieval, and an investigation is now underway to figure out exactly what happened as the search continues for Tyrell Bailey.
Meanwhile, we just learned D.C. police say they will not release a body cam video from 2 officers who shot and killed violence interrupter Justin Robinson. The deputy mayor saying Robinson's family decided not to make that video public. She did release the names of the 2 officers involved, identifying them as Vaso Mateus and Brian Gilchrist. There have been community members calling for that video to be released. The investigation now goes to the D.C. Police's Internal Affairs and the U.S. Attorney's Office. Meanwhile, in Maryland, thousands of people in southern Prince George's County are now being asked to conserve water as crews work to fix a major water main break. This is now an interactive map showing all the affected areas. You can see there Clinton, Accokeek, areas of Fort Washington and Brandywine, all covered in red. Now, earlier today, people were lined up to get their car washed in Clinton. Management at Pro Wash telling us after tonight they'll have to close one of their washing areas to save water, and that would cut their revenue in half. The Water Authority, WSSC, is asking people to limit washing machines and dishwashers to full loads only, and to stop watering lawns, washing cars, and topping off pools.
All right, let's talk about our weather and take a live look outside right now at the National Mall, the Washington Monument. A beautiful night out there to match the beautiful day that we had as we're just waving goodbye to summer. I guess it's officially over now that Labor Day has passed, right?
There we go. And you know what? We love the start of what is unofficial start to fall, right? Our meteorologist Scott Sumner in for the chief tonight, Janessa Webb. And Scott, the good times keep rolling. I mean, this forecast is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got about 2 more weeks before we actually actually shift into the autumn season. So enjoy what you have coming up here over the next week or so, because most of it is going to be dry and quiet. 71 degrees, partly cloudy skies, as opposed to mostly cloudy that we saw around that 6 and 7 o'clock hour. And now we're into the 60s overnight, or we'll be in the 60s for sure if you're still in the 70s, dropping into the upper 50s here around 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So expect to wake up to those type of numbers and dress appropriately for those type of conditions. There's no rain in the forecast, no need for an umbrella or rain jacket. Have your shades handy. As you can see, satellite view tonight is looking pretty good. We do have some clouds out there, but overall the weather is going to be tranquil. Morning drive tomorrow, 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, all green. 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock also all green, and we'll sprinkle in varying amounts of cloud coverage throughout the morning and into the afternoon. And so it'll be a tad warmer on Thursday. Rain holds off until the overnight hours of Friday, and we do start off the weekend a little on the wet side. We'll talk about why coming up in just a little bit.
All right, we'll see you then, Scott. Thanks. Developing now at 9 in Montgomery County. A 12-year-old boy is accused of breaking into several high-end car dealerships and businesses. And Tuesday night, the police say he stole a car before he was caught.
DC News Now's Max Marcilla joining us live. And Max, police have caught this boy multiple times, but each time he's just returned home. What's happening here?
Well, Chris and Susan, that's happening because here in Maryland, unless you are above the age of 12, meaning 13 or older, you can't get charged with a nonviolent crime. That's what's happening in this case of this 12-year-old and the several alleged burglaries, which not only has gotten people's attention, but it's also brought up a conversation of juvenile crime and juvenile justice. Right here on Tuesday evening, a 12-year-old boy stole a car from a business on Park Lawn Drive in North Bethesda, and then hours later, he was caught by police and given up to his caretaker. While it may be the first time he stole a car, it's not his only run-in with Montgomery County Police. They say he's burglarized various car dealerships in the North Bethesda area 6 times in the last 3 weeks. Employees at least one of the shops says the crime was captured on surveillance camera.
A 12-year-old is just unbelievable.
Maryland data shows while juvenile crime has been on a steady decline for much of the last decade, it has gone up in each of the last 3 years. Here in Montgomery County, auto theft makes up 6% of juvenile complaints, misdemeanor burglaries another 5.6%.
It's like a pat on the back. It's like a Band-Aid.
This has raised a debate Maryland lawmakers have been working through for years: what to do with the youngest offenders. New laws allow them to charge people under 13 with violent crimes, but still not for nonviolent offenses. And while some feel it's not holding kids accountable for committed crimes repeatedly, Roz Jones says locking up minors is not the way to solve this problem.
I don't know what this kid's issue is. I don't know what his family issue is. But wouldn't we rather address that than just simply throwing him in jail? How is that helpful?
Now, we reached out to the Maryland Department of Juvenile Services asking them for a comment on this story. What they said is they can't comment specifically on this case, but that they do believe young people should face appropriate consequences, while also acknowledging the fact that they want to make sure there's enough resources, but also adequate punishments available for potential criminal kids. Reporting live in North Bethesda, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
All right, Max, thank you. Over in Montgomery County, girls flag football. It starts today for every high school in the district. It's all part of Maryland's effort to bring the sport to schools statewide. The Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Commanders are partnering with the program. Now, the Commanders will have a mascot at each high school, and the Ravens will have former players and cheerleaders at several games. Baltimore is also getting Under Armour to provide custom uniforms for each team.